So you're new to the gym or you've been going to the gym for a while and now you're wondering how you can get a more bigger defined chest with dumbbells. We're going to find that out in this video. Let's get right into it. First of all, my name is Himanshu. I help people transform their lives through fitness. You're clearly interested in that, so scroll down below, hit the subscribe and the post notification bell, and you'll never miss any of my uploads again. So to know how we can train and get our chest more bigger and defined with dumbbells, we first need to know the composition of the chest. Your chest is basically made up of three parts: the upper chest, the mid chest, and the lower chest. The upper chest will be the most lagging part of most people's chest, so you'd have to put a more of an emphasis on training upper chest. In general, to grow all parts of your chest, you need to implement what we call progressive overload in the fitness industry. Progressive overload is when you continually challenge the muscles to grow. You can do this in terms of increasing the amount of reps that you do, increasing the amount of sets that you do, increasing the amount of weight that you lift, decreasing the amount of rest time that you take in between your sets, and also increasing the amount of time under tension that you do with a particular exercise as well. You can increase the time under tension by slowing down the eccentric part of the movement. So if you're doing a bicep curl, the eccentric part of the movement would be letting the weight down, and the concentric part of the movement would be taking the weight up. So now that you know all that, let's now get into how you can get a defined chest with dumbbells. Let's first start with upper chest. A staple upper chest exercise that you can do with dumbbells is incline dumbbell press. This laser targets your upper chest if you do it properly. When doing this exercise, make sure you keep the bench at a nice incline suited to your body type. This will be the optimal angle where you will hit your upper chest at. Anything higher than the optimal incline that you set it at will make sure that you hit your shoulders instead of your upper chest. And if you go lower than that, you'll actually hit your mid chest instead of your upper chest. So make sure you keep it at a nice incline. When you're performing this exercise, make sure you keep your elbows kind of tucked in, and then you drive from your elbows instead of your shoulders. Make sure you guys keep your core nice and tight as well. And you guys inhale while you come down and exhale while you go up. Make sure you implement progressive overload like I mentioned before. It doesn't need to be by much, but those little changes add over time and compound over time. If you guys can't tell by my profile photo already, I know a thing or two about getting a well-defined upper chest, so you can do it too if you put in the work. The next upper chest exercise for you to get a defined upper chest will be the Incline Dumbbell Fly. Now what I do and what you guys can do is whenever you guys have a chest day, you can emphasize which part of the chest you're going to work on for that particular day, and you can change it around every week. So for example, on your chest day, you can do 2 upper chest exercises if you're specifically wanting to target your upper chest, and you can add on the other exercises of your chest workout on top of that. So for an incline dumbbell fly, you want to keep the angle as same as it was before, and also you want to be picking a weight that's suitable for yourself and not go too heavy. This is a mistake I see so many people do with incline dumbbell flies. If you pick a weight that's too heavy, other muscles will be incorporated into the movement as well, such as your biceps, and it wouldn't be effectively training your upper chest. So that's not what we want. Make sure you guys don't bend your elbows too much. If you bend it too much, then your biceps will take over the movement. You only want to have a slight bend at your elbows so that your upper chest will do most of the work. Also, make sure you guys have a slight arch in your back when you do it as well. This will ensure you guys keep your shoulders safe from any injury that may occur. In terms of progressive overload for this exercise, you can implement more reps and more sets into your routine, and make sure that you guys increase time under tension as well. You guys should always aim to have better form in your exercises. This will be what gives the muscles the proper stimulation to grow. If you ego lift, you will only be injured in the long run. Also, I should have mentioned this earlier, but doing exercises with dumbbells have major benefits compared to doing it with barbells. First of all, it improves your stability and coordination. This will improve your strength and improve your form over time as well. Secondly, you would not have lagging body parts when you train with dumbbells. That means that you will have an evenly developed body at the end of the day. Thirdly, they're so versatile. I don't know about you guys, but this is why I love to train with dumbbells instead of barbells. Now let's move on to mid chest. I will give 2 exercises per each part of the chest like I did before. This is because you guys can choose to emphasize on each part of the chest for each week like I mentioned before. First and the most staple exercise that will target the mid chest will be a flat lying dumbbell press. When performing this exercise, you want to keep the bench flat as the name suggests, and you want to keep a slight arch in your back as well to prevent your shoulders from taking over the exercise. You would also want to keep your elbows a little bit tucked in while you perform this exercise like I mentioned before. This is because it will give the maximum optimal muscle fiber activation while keeping the risk of injury low as well. What I mean by this is that you'll be activating more of your chest muscle fibers instead of your shoulders. The second best exercise that you can do to target your mid chest would be a seated machine fly. This is so good because you can have so much control over the weight. When performing this exercise, make sure you pick a weight that's suitable for yourself. The last thing that you want is momentum to take over and control the weight for you. Again, make sure you have a slight arch in your back while you perform this exercise to prevent the shoulders from taking over the exercise and to prevent any injury that may occur. I always recommend keeping the second exercises I give you guys as finishers. This is because they're not staple exercises that will bring the bulk of your chest growth, but if you implement them properly, it will add a final touch to your physique. You can implement the second exercises as finishers and you can utilize drop sets to grow your chest even further. If you don't know what a drop set is, it's when you drop the weight set after set and you increase the amount of reps set after set as well. Let's now move on to lower chest. The best and the most staple exercise for lower chest I recommend you guys do is the decline dumbbell press. When performing this exercise, I recommend you guys keep your elbows locked to the sides so that you drive with your lower chest and not with your mid chest or your shoulders. The bench itself should be around 15 to 30 degrees. This will be the optimal decline height that will hurt your lower chest. Make sure you control the weight up and down, and luckily for you, you can't bounce the weight up and down like you would do in a decline barbell press. This will mean that you will improve your strength over time as well as you form. I'm telling you guys, dumbbells is the way to go. The second best exercise I can give you guys for lower chest will be decline dumbbell flies. The concept is sort of similar to incline dumbbell flies, so I wouldn't go much into detail about that. The only thing is that you shouldn't pick a weight that's too heavy for you. Even if you think a weight that's suitable for you, you're probably wrong. You probably need to lower it a little bit more. If you don't lower it, you will just ego lift and not work your lower chest at all. Instead, your biceps and your shoulders will get a good workout, which is not what we want. In terms of reps and sets, what I do and what I recommend you guys do is for the main exercises, do a rep range of 6 to 12 and with 4 sets as well. You can start off with 6 reps for your heaviest weight and you can increase the amount of reps as the weight comes down. This is called reverse pyramid training. I recommend you guys implement this style of training because you would be expending most of your energy for your heaviest lifts, which is what we want. In terms of the second exercises or the finishes that I gave you guys, you can implement drop sets with those, like I mentioned before. For these exercises, you can go anywhere from 5 to 6 sets and you can do anywhere from 12 to 20 reps. This is what worked best for me. I don't know if it'll work best for you guys, but you guys might have to trial and error with that a little bit. So out of all the exercises that I mentioned, I only mentioned one exercise that's not done with dumbbells. This is because there's no other better alternative for mid chest. I only want to give you guys the best exercises, so there it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I want this video to reach as much gym bros as possible, so I'd appreciate it if you guys could smash the like button down below for the YouTube algorithm. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.